Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Torrent has chosen you.
Oh, mountain of fire! Bake me in your flames. May chaos take the world! Foul tarnished. Someone must extinguish thy flame. The tale of House Oslo is told in blood.
That's the kind of warrior I want to be one day, cuz. Even if I'm scared, I'll still fight to protect everyone.
The way ahead is pleasingly simple. We fight, sword and fang.
And thus, the greatest video game journey has begun. This is a game I love very dearly. It is my goated video game of all time. Elden Ring. Many people have tried and failed, but the true people know just how possible it is to beat this game. However, I'm doing the impossible. I'm not a video game expert in terms of trying to challenge myself to do crazy hard games and things of that nature, but I've decided, because of my love for this video game to the most core of my heart, I've decided to do a level 99 Vigor run, which means I cannot level anything up on my person except Vigor. And that's literally it. I can pick up items. I can pick up armor. I can level up my weapons. I can pick up flasks and tears, which will be extremely vital to my run in this game. However, I cannot level up strength, dexterity, stamina, carrying capacity, magic, anything like that. Which means, if you don't know this game, that means most of the weapons in this game I will not be able to use either, which will make this whole journey extremely difficult. As we look on the screen now, you'll see the Tree Sentinel. Many people have faced it. This is the boss that many people... I would say this is actually the second most infuriating boss, and probably made the second most amount of people quit this game, who tried in the first week and then left because they felt like there's nothing I can do. But really what From Software want you to do, which From Software is the developer of this game, of course, they didn't really expect you to beat him per se, unless you were a diehard. And here you're seeing me take on a boss who you should not be able to defeat level 1 base level like I am. I'm Vigor base level, nothing else is leveled up. I have the basic 5 flasks with 0 tears added on, and I'm taking him on head on with hardly any armor and dual wielding the basic sword you pick up. Extremely fun fight. The openings are clear and obvious, yet not so hard to annoy you, like you'll see in the next fight. I have 3 flasks with him almost dead on my 11th run, so pretty impressive. For me. You know, people will defeat all these bosses with nothing, but those are the 1%, the 0.1% players of the game, so. But yes, this is the very first boss, right out of the gates. Right, you pick your character, 2 minutes in, you're walking out of the door, maybe like 5 minutes if you do the tutorial, and you see the Tree Sentinel. His weapon's amazing, highly recommend it. And boom, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I am loving it. Now we're going to head off into Margit, the Fell Omen. Now this is the #1 purveyor of people leaving the game. Okay. As of recording, this is the hardest fight I've had. The first major boss is Limgrave. You have to beat him to get to the next second boss. As you see, this bridge you cannot get through. It took me 24 runs to get through. I leveled up my Vigor to 18. because I needed some more health. And then I got an extra flasks with 0 tears still added on. So I made it a little harder on myself than I had to. But I really enjoy this fight. This fight is so great in so many different ways. I got him down to half health to a second form very quick. I used the square off ability on the basic sword you get. Just a straight sword. I'm dual wielding it because I don't have my second weapon sword yet, which I'll have in the future. So I'm using some better armor I got. I took some hit to my speed just for a little extra armor because Margit can really pack a punch on you. But the square off ability is very good. Uses very little magic, which, as of course, I'm not able to level up my magic at all. So I'm going to be stuck to this amount of magic unless I get some talismans that I can equip to my character to improve my magic. But it uses very little magic per hit. And as you see, you'll see me pick up my sword at a 90-degree angle, prepare it, and then if I can do a hard attack or a light or heavy attack off it, which deals pretty impressive damage for a level 1 weapon right out of the gates. You'll see here, pretty darn good damage with very little magic used. I have all my flasks given to healing because I need it. I'm not a perfect pro who can just not take any hits. It also does some pretty good damage in that sense, where you can stumble the bosses. Yeah, Margit is not one to take lightly, dude. His attacks leave very little openings. If you try to back up to heal, he tends to throw his knives at you. He's got large range with his sword and hammer. It's just extremely difficult, but so fun. It really does feel like you're playing a real-life boss. The programming in this game is amazing, unmatched. It's a dance. This game is a dance. Do not get greedy, big boy. And that's what I have to tell myself all the time. Do not get greedy, big boy. You'll see here, 0 flasks left. And he's so close, but I'm so far. But I am oh so far. Half a slither of health, half a slither, and in it goes. Gosh, suck my cock. Dude, I was hyped there. 24, run 24. I almost lost it. And rest easy, Margit. Rest easy. I got you this time. Now we're heading right across the bridge. There's a big castle. And at the end of that castle is GODRICK the Grafted. Another extremely fun fight. He has a lot more big openings compared to Margit, which makes him fun. But he's just a more visually fun boss than Margit. Margit feels like 2 swordsmen at play, having fun. However, GODRICK's like just a masterclass in terms of visual art style. You'll see a second form looks legit. Very fun fight as well. I will give Margit the props though over GODRICK for now, just because I feel like the sword plays a little better. Highly recommend jumping over that ability. You can stay close. You'll see here, it only took me run 7. Like I said, his openings are a lot wider, which makes it a bit easier than Margit. I was able to get up to level 24 Vigor. You see my health is a bit more. And I got 4 tiers. I ran around Limgrave and the peninsula below Limgrave to get those tiers at all the churches. Tiers are at churches. There's a select few, of course, and they give more. Each flask will give you more health based off it, off of how many tiers you have. I went with a little bit more heavy armor for him that I had, and I was able to find a straight sword. Now I needed a straight sword to match with my other sword, as when you have the exact same weapon of type, then you'll have, like, because there's curved swords, there's long swords, there's heavy swords. I had to get a straight sword that way when I click LT on my controller, I'll be able to use both at the same time. And it does a little more damage than two-handing this good weapon. So I got that one going. I bought it off a character off the bridge, off one of the salesmen, and now I got 2 weapons. The dragon is so cool on his arm. I think this is the moment I knew I loved the game. I think this is the fight because during Margit was such a pain. If you don't know, when this game first came out, Margit was actually stronger than you saw in the video, and it felt that way playing this again. I remembered Margit being actually a little harder than she was, or he was. Sorry, I always want to call Margit a girl. Don't know. This ability is cool as well if you want to enjoy that. But the Margit was harder when the game first came out, and I defeated Margit. I was probably a decent level when I defeated him. I think I had to be just because Margit was so hard. So the first boss, I was like, I don't know if I can beat this game. We'll see. If this first boss, I don't think I took on the Tree Sentinel because I watched the video explaining the Tree Sentinel, so I knew what I was going to do with the Tree Sentinel, which was the very first boss I showed. But Margit was so difficult. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to beat the final boss here. I'm not going to be able to do anything in this crap game. But I persevered because it was so fun in terms of, fighting and all that stuff. Then I got here. I was able to defeat GODRICK much quicker than Margit. And most of the other bosses after, because they're just not as hard as Margit for the most part in terms of your level compared. And the dragon on the hand, the flame, GODRICK has 8 different abilities roaming through. It feels like you're fighting another human being. Of course, it doesn't feel like a computer. And I think this is the fight where I knew I loved the game. I didn't know it was going to be the GOAT of video games. I didn't know it was my favorite game of all time. But at this point, I knew this was something special. He has a right here. That's a good 3 seconds opening. Not a lot of bosses have that. He does pack a punch though. If he gets you, that hammer will get you. The axe, I mean. The flames are hard. I think I'm wearing the medallion that hinders fire ability, fire damage, negates fire damage. Yeah, I had to. Yep. But with my square off ability, I was able to deal some pretty good damage as well. I did it somehow, which is shocking. I'm shocked throughout this challenge how much damage I can actually deal with a level 1 sword with 0 strength added or anything of that nature. And next up, we are in the Lucaria Academy. This is run 3, Vigor level 32. I have 8 flasks now with 5 tiers. I ran around looking for them. I got a good amount of tiers from churches and different areas of the map. Here you're going to see me wearing some different armor. I'm wearing a more magic negation armor rather than physical because almost everything in this place deals magic, which really blows. But this fight is very fun. Again, I am absolutely shocked by how much damage I'm able to deal with my dual-wielding swords. No strength added, nothing, no levels to anything in my person except Vigor. Yeah, Radagon just kind of got smoked. Especially with my square-off ability. Oh, my jump ability as well. Holy. But Radagon is a quick mother effer. Got some good range, real good speed. Usually can get a couple hits in between hits. Like right there, you could have hit him if I was able closer. Really ebb and flow, just like most bosses. Really fun fight. I really enjoy the area you're in this fight. You're like in this assembly hall. Now this isn't the main boss of the castle. It's the second main boss. Come here. But a fun one nonetheless. More fun than the main boss, actually. Look at all that damage. Now it's over. Only took me 3 runs. I felt confident going into this fight. Not even hard. Try 3. 3 tries. But the first 2 were just learning. I mean, that was really 1 try. Let me feel them out. That's right. Can do it. So you're gonna see here. Yes, I skipped the intro. The intro is you're just hitting golden babies on the ground to take her out of a bubble to then hit her, and she doesn't hit you back. So it's really slow, tedious, and boring. But this only took me 4 runs, which I wasn't necessarily surprised, as my first time playing through this game, I was able to defeat her probably try 3. But like I said, I was leveled up in things, so I was kind of impressed. I was able to defeat a main boss on just run 4. I was Vigor level 35. I got a good amount of runes from... What are they called? Not runes. Dude, I'm spacing out what the money's in this game called. What the money's called in this game. But I was able to get some runes. I'll get up to around level 35 Vigor. I had 8 flasks, 5 tiers still. Of course, there's no tiers or seeds to pick up throughout this castle, I believe. As I have been going around, I have been going around the map, trying to get all of the, what do you call it? Trying to get all of the flasks and tiers I can. So I hope by the end of the game I'll be able to get level 99 Vigor with every flask and tier possible, as I will need it to defeat the final bosses in this game. Especially when I get to those bosses, I don't know how I'm going to be able to deal any damage, honestly. Like, it's going to be extremely difficult. So I'm very nervous. Here with Rennala, you're going to see a lot of range abilities. You really need that magic negation. She also has some cool abilities where she's able to summon wolves, a dragon, a giant, and that assassin I just faced. Very fun. I've noticed that you just need to try and evade her summons and just attack her. As if you attack her, they can go away faster. And you don't really want to have to deal with them. You just want to deal with her, because she's going to hit you as well from behind. So you might as well hit her while taking the damage from the people from behind, rather than the summons, rather than take damage from her as you're trying to hit the summons, because the summons don't do anything. That's what I've noticed. That got me. Yeah, that fire is ridiculous range. I'm now down to 3 flasks. I don't think this fight gets down to the end. I don't think. I did pretty good. Before Godrick, there's a secret spot. Before Godrick the Grafted, there's a secret spot. You can jump off a ledge. You'll get down to some other rooftops, and you can find your way, climb up, and you can get a talisman that aids in jump attacks, which is what I've been wearing. You'll see me do quite a bit of jump attacks. It deals a good amount of damage, especially with my double swords. Helps a lot with some more damage, as I need as much damage as I can possibly get. I also actually, during run 2, I realized I need more stamina, because there are just so many things to evade in this fight. From her moon stars, her moon, her summons. So I went out and I grabbed a stamina talisman as well. Brother out. You'll see that my stamina bar is increased greatly. It's because I have a talisman for stamina, the turtle talisman. Yes! And that's it.
Try 4.
That was a nice fight, baby. Try 4.
Try 4.
Rest easy, Rennala. Rest easy. And now we look forward to the base of Lindell Capital, the home of all the large bosses, and the entrance to the end game. It's a sick area. It's made of golden dragons and death. And we enter to Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. This took me 1 try, and not much to show, but I will say part 2 is coming, where we fight the final volley of bosses. And I'm so excited.